Next, we'll have law and licensing and Chair Lear.
I'm ready. The first item is item 10.2, and this is involving a waiver from Garfield School District for a continuing waiver for the school week at Boulder Elementary. Not continuing. The motion for the board is the committee moves that the board approve the waiver request from the 180-day requirement in R277-419-4 for Boulder Elementary, Garfield School District.
Okay, the motion before the board is that the board approve the waiver request, the 100-day requirement in R277-419-4 for Boulder Elementary, Garfield School District. Discussion to the motion.
Board Member Cannon would like to say something, but I can't see where to raise my hand on my screen anymore.
Okay. Member Cannon.
I typically do not favor 4-day weeks, but in reading more deeply about this waiver, this is a waiver for a school that houses 20 students in a very remote location. And I believe that this would be something that would be very helpful to them. So I'm in favor of this motion. Thank you.
Okay, any other?
Chair, can I respond
Yes.
for a minute?
Yes.
Board Member Cannon, I agree with you wholeheartedly. It was a very supportive group that came to or met with us at the committee, and we were all very impressed at their preparation. And so I agree with you. Thank you.
Okay, any other discussion?
No hands.
Okay, so we're going to vote on this, but before we do, just want to recognize there's quite a few members of the Garfield district online if there was questions, and there isn't, we're going to call this a vote. But thank you for your efforts, and thank you for being ready to respond if needed, so thanks. Okay, the motion before the board, and we're going to vote on it, is that the board approve the waiver request from the 180-day requirement in R277-419-4 for Boulder Elementary in the Garfield School District. Okay, we'll vote. Member Belknap.
Yes, and happy to vote yes.
Member Bolter.
Yes.
Member Cannon.
Yes.
Vice Chair Cummins.
Yes.
Member Davis.
Yes.
Member Earl.
Yes.
Member Gravitt.
Yes.
Member Hanson.
Yes.
Member Haynes.
Yes.
Chair Lear.
Yes.
Member Marsh.
Yes.
Member Newell.
Yes.
Member Thorpe.
Yes.
And Mark Huntsman's a yes. Voting was unanimous. Okay, please continue.
Item 10.3. There are 3 parts to the motion. This was a more complicated discussion, but I'll read all parts to the motion, and then if you have any questions. The board moves, or the committee, I'm sorry, the committee moves that one part, in accordance with R277-552, the board approves the state charter school board's new LEA process with the condition that the SESB updates the process for consistency in format and readability, including aligning the narrative and language in other portions of the process document to explain the abbreviated steps and provide more detail. Part 2, the board deny the SESB's processes for new schools that are satellite or replication schools and for expansion requests, and request the processes provide evidence that demonstrates the requesting charter school satisfies federal and state law regulations and board rule as required in subsection R277-552 parentheses 2 and part 3 in accordance with R277-553, the board approve the state charter school board's remediation process.
Hey. I'll restate it. And the committee moves that in accordance with R277-552 that the board approve the state charter school board's new LEA process with the condition that the SCSB update the process document for consistency in format and readability, including aligning the narrative and language in other portions of the process document to explain abbreviated steps and provide more detail. Part 2, the board deny the SCSB's process for new schools that are satellite or replication schools and for expansion requests, and requests the processes provide evidence that demonstrates the requesting charter school satisfies federal and state laws, regulations, and board rule as required in subsection R277-552 parentheses 2 and part 3 in accordance with R277-553, the board approves the state charter school board's remediation process. That's a motion before the board. Discussion to the motion.
There are no hands.
Seeing none, is that what you said, Vice Chair Cummins?
Correct.
Okay, I'm having a hard time hearing you for some reason. I heard you better on the first half of the day and it's a little challenging on the second.
Sorry, a hand just came up. Board Member Bolter.
Board Member Bolter.
Sorry, I had a question about number 2. The board denied the SCSB's process for new schools that are satellite or replication schools and for expansion requests. So are we denying all of those? All the requests that have come through for satellites? I don't understand.
Do you want me to explain, Chair, or?
Yes, please.
Okay, this is a separate item from the approval of the processes that were used for the schools that are a later item on the agenda. This is an approval process for the going forward when the applications come to the state charter school board. So this is, and it is admittedly putting the cart before the horse, but this would be going forward a clarified process for approving expansions and satellite schools, if that makes sense, Michelle.
It's denying their existing process with a betterment on the horizon.
Yes.
Okay, yes, that makes more sense. Thank you.
Any other discussion to the motion?
Chair,
Yes.
this is Laura. I'm just wondering, what was the vote coming out of committee on this?
It's unanimous.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm not seeing any discussion, more discussion, so we're gonna vote. Without objection, I'm not gonna read the whole motion.
Again.
Board Member Belknap,
Yes.
Board Member Bolter,
Yes.
Member Cannon,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cummins,
Yes.
Member Davis,
Yes.
Member Earl,
Yes.
Member Gravitt,
Yes.
Member Hanson,
Aye. Yes.
Member Haynes,
Yes.
Chair Lear,
Yes.
Member Marsh,
Yes.
Member Newell,
Yes.
Member Thorpe,
Yes.
and Member Huntsman's a yes. Okay, that's unanimous. Okay, please continue.
Item 10.4, the motion for the board was that the committee moves that the board approve R277-101, public participation in Utah State Board of Education meetings, draft 1, on second and final reading.
So I'm going to read the recommendation the way that I have it in here, and Chair Lear, will you say it's correct? Move that the committee moves that the board approve R277-101, draft 1, that I have it in here, and final reading. Correct? Move that the committee moves that the board approve R277-101, draft 1, that I have it in here, and final reading. Correct? Are you guys getting a bunch of delay?
Yes, and static.
Okay. I don't know how to take that out, but
That's better. You're sounding better now.
okay. All right. Discussion to the motion.
There are no hands.
Okay, let's vote on it. The motion before the board is that the board approve R277-101 draft 1 on second and final reading. Board Member Belknap,
Aye.
Member Walter,
Yes.
Member Cannon,
Aye.
Vice Chair Cummins,
Yes.
Vice Chair Cummins.
Yes.
Thank you. Member Davis,
Yes.
Member Earl,
Yes.
Member Gravitt,
Yes.
Member Hanson,
Aye.
Member Haynes,
Yes.
Chair Lear,
Yes.
Member Marsh,
Yes.
Member Newell,
Yes.
Member Thorpe,
Yes.
Member Huntsman's a yes. Motion carries unanimously. Let's continue, Chair Lear.
Item 10.5, Educator Licensing Amendment, R277-301. The committee moves, the motion for the board is the committee moves that the board approve R277-301 Educator Licensing Draft 3 on second and final reading.
Okay, the motion before the board that the board approve R277-301 Educator Licensing Draft 3 on second and final reading. Discussion to the motion?
No hands.
Okay, let's vote. Board Member Belknap, Board Member Belknap, Member Bolter,
Yes.
Member Cannon,
Aye.
Vice Chair Cummins,
I'm an aye.
Member Davis,
Aye.
Member Earl,
Aye.
Member Gravitt,
Aye.
Member Hanson,
Aye.
Member Haynes,
Aye.
Chair Lear.
Let me take a minute to, as I explain my vote, say I greatly, greatly appreciate Jennifer Thronson, who brought all of this together and coordinated a lot of voices and a lot of stakeholder input. So I vote aye.
Okay, that was a little bit out of order, but that's okay. Member Marsh,
Yes.
Member Newell,
Yes.
Member Thorpe,
Yes.
Mark Huntsman's an aye, and we I've just got a text from member Belknap that she can't get back on, so we'll see when she can join us again. So the motion carries unanimously. Please continue.
Item 10.6, license renewal, R277302. Motion for the board is that the committee moves that the board approve R277-302 license renewal draft 4 on second and final reading.
Okay, the motion before the board is that the board approve R277-302 license renewal draft 4 on second and final reading. Discussion to the motion?
No hands.
Okay, thank you. Board member Bolter,
Yes.
member Cannon,
Aye.
Vice Chair Cummins,
Yes.
Davis,
Aye.
member Earl,
Aye.
member Gravitt,
Aye.
member Hanson,
Aye. Aye.
okay, thank you. Member Haynes,
Aye.
Chair Lear,
Aye.
member Marsh,
Aye.
member Newell,
Yes.
member Thorpe,
Yes.
and member Huntsman is a yes. Voting is unanimous. Please continue.
Next item is item 10.7, R277-500, educator licensing renewal, timelines and required fingerprint background checks. This is a repeal. The committee moves that the board repeal R277-500, educator licensing renewal, timelines and required fingerprint background checks.
Okay, the motion before the board is that the board repeal R277-500, educator license renewal, timelines, and required fingerprint background checks. Discussion to the motion?
There are no hands.
I see none. Let's vote. Board member Bolter,
Aye.
member Cannon,
Aye.
Vice Chair Cummins,
Aye.
member Davis,
Aye.
member Earl,
Aye.
member Gravitt,
Aye.
member Hanson,
Aye.
member Haynes,
Aye.
Chair Lear,
Aye.
member Marsh,
Aye.
member Newell,
Yes.
member Thorpe,
Yes.
and member Huntsman's a yes. Voting is unanimous. Please continue.
Item 10.9, R277-306, educator preparation programs for school psychologists, audiologists, speech language pathologists, speech language technicians, and counselors. The motion for the board is the committee moves that the board approve R277-306 educator preparation programs for school psychologists, audiologists, speech language pathologists, speech language technicians, counselors, and school social workers, draft 1 on second and final reading.
Okay, I'm going to shorten that up a little bit. The motion before the board is that the board approve R277-306 draft 1 on second and final reading. Discussion to the motion?
There are no hands.
Okay, let's vote. No discussion. Member Bolter,
Yes.
member Cannon,
Aye.
Vice Chair Cummins,
Yes.
member Davis,
Aye.
member Earl,
Aye.
member Gravitt,
Aye.
member Hanson,
Aye.
member Haynes,
Aye.
Chair Lear,
Aye.
member Marsh,
Aye.
member Newell,
Yes.
Member Thorpe?
Aye.
And Mark Huntsman's an aye. The voting was unanimous. Chair Lear, please continue.
Item 10.10, R277-309, appropriate licensing of teachers. The motion for the board is that the committee moves that the board approve R277-309, appropriate licensing of teachers, draft 1 on second and final reading.
Okay, the motion before the board is that the board approve R277-309, appropriate licensing for teachers, draft 1 on second and final reading. Discussion to the motion?
No hands.
Seeing none, let's vote. Board Member Bolter? Board Member Bolter?
Yes.
Member Cannon?
Aye.
Vice Chair Cummins?
Yes.
Member Davis? Member Member Earl?
Yes.
Member Gravitt?
Yes.
Member Hanson? Member Hanson? Member Haynes?
Aye.
Is that Board Member Hanson?
Yes, I'm a yes.
Okay, and then Board Member Haynes?
Aye.
Chair Lear?
Aye.
Member Marsh?
Aye.
Member Newell?
Yes.
Member Thorpe?
Yes.
Member Davis? Member Davis?
Yes. Sorry, it catches sometimes.
Okay, thank you. And Member Huntsman, yes. Voting was unanimous. Chair Lear, please continue.
10.11, R277-603, Autism Awareness, Restricted Account Distribution. The committee moves that the board approve R277-603, Autism Awareness, Restricted Account Distribution, draft 1 on second and final reading.
Okay, the motion before the board is that the board approve R277-603, Autism Awareness, Restricted Account Distribution, draft 1 on second and final reading. Discussion to the motion?
There are no hands.
Okay, so let's vote. Board Member Bolter?
Yes.
Member Cannon?
Aye.
Vice Chair Cummins?
Yes.
Member Davis?
Yes.
Member Earl?
Yes.
Member Gravitt?
Yes.
Member Hanson?
Aye.
Member Haynes?
Aye.
Chair Lear?
Aye.
Member Marsh?
Aye.
Member Nielsen? Not here, sorry. Renew. Does Scott join us? No. Member Newell? Member Newell?
Yes.
Thank you. Member Thorpe?
Aye.
Member Huntsman's an aye. Voting is unanimous. Chair Lear, please continue.
Item 10.13, R277-490, Beverly Taylor Sorensen Elementary Arts Learning Program. Hang on a sec. The committee moves that the board approve R277-490, Beverly Taylor Sorensen Elementary Arts Learning Program, draft 1 on second and final reading.
Okay, the motion before the board is that the board approve R277-490, Beverly Taylor Sorensen Elementary Arts Learning Program, draft 1 on second and final reading. Discussion to the motion?
There's none.
Seeing none, let's vote. Board Member Bolter,
Yes.
Member Cannon,
Aye.
Vice Chair Cummins,
Yes.
Member Davis,
Yes.
Member Earl,
Yes.
Member Gravitt,
Yes.
Member Hanson,
Aye.
Member Haynes,
Aye.
Chair Lear,
Aye.
Member Marsh,
Aye.
Member Newell,
Yes.
Member Thorpe,
Aye.
and Member Huntsman's an aye. Voting was unanimous. Please continue.
Last item, item 10.14, R277-318, Teacher Salary Supplement Program. The committee moves that the board approve R277-318, Teacher Salary Supplement Program, Draft 2 on second and final reading.
Okay, the motion before the board is that the board approve R277-318 Teacher Salary Supplement Program Draft 2 on second and final reading. Discussion to the motion?
Board Member Earl.
Board Member Earl?
Yes, I just have a question on this one and other rules that we're passing as we look at finances down the road. The only reason why I'm asking is we'll pass it, and then do we have to, if the financing isn't there, we have to make changes. We just pull it back up and then make waivers or changes? Is that how that will work?
Above my pay grade.
Chair.
Somebody,
This is Angie. Could you I could answer the question if you'd like.
Sure. I guess I'm just asking maybe a broad question, but it's relevant to a number of these rules we're passing today, that if the funding is not there coming, into the fall, we've passed rules and we've, gone through this process. What exactly, do we have to go back and do waivers then, pull the rule back up? Or do we just put them on hold until the funding is available?
Yes, I'd be happy to answer that question, Chair Huntsman, if that's all right. Yes, so for this program, the Teacher Salary Supplement Program, the only addition this year was, you'll remember the change that, sorry, let me think for a minute what the revenue was to offset the increase based on changes made in a prior session. So the increased amounts for the appropriations weren't due to a policy change. So this rule, the only changes in there talk about allowing us to prorate if needed. Remember that this last year we had carry forward funding that we could have used to fully pay the stipend, but because it said you shall prorate, now it says may. So we've updated the rule to make sure that if we have a shortfall, we can use carry forward. The other thing it talks about is the application requirements. So I don't think no amendments in this rule will be impacted by an increase or decrease in funding.
Okay, thank you. I may ask that question later when we get to some that will. So
yeah.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Jennifer Thronson has a hand up.
Yes. Jennifer, can you speak to this? Is her hand still up? Jennifer Thronson? I can't see any hands, but.
Jennifer, did it work if I unmuted you?
Teaching and learning. Oh, no, maybe not. Maybe it is working. And just wanted to clarify, one of the other changes in the rule was to match legislation, which is to allow for a one-time application rather than an annual application. And so you'll see that change in there. If the funding doesn't come through in terms of the additional funding, we'll have to make those changes or have that flexibility to adjust as we have in the past.
Okay, thank you. Is there any other discussion?
None.
Okay, So the motion before the board, we're going to vote on it. The motion before the board is the board approve R277-318 teacher salary supplement program draft 2 on second and final reading. Going to vote on it now. Board member Belknap, or not Belknap, Bolter. Okay. Board member Bolter.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Member Cannon,
Aye.
Vice Chair Cummins,
Yes. I was a yes.
okay, thank you. Davis,
Yes.
member Earl,
Yes.
member Gravitt,
Yes.
member Hanson,
Aye.
member Haynes,
Aye.
Chair Lear,
Aye.
Chair Lear,
Aye.
thank you. Member Marsh,
Yes.
Newell,
Yes.
member Thorpe,
Aye.
and Mark Huntsman's an aye. The voting was unanimous. Chair Lear, do you have anything left on your agenda?
That completes our, nope, that completes our report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you,